Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here today. So this will be my last video for 2020. Despite this year being frustrating for everybody, including myself, 2020 will always have a place in my heart, solely because it is the year that I started Booktube. I found a place where I can talk about books and movies and TV shows as much as I want without bothering my friends. I love creating these videos and they make me so happy, and if at least one person enjoys watching them and feels that they're not alone with their incredible love for books, movies and TV shows, that is all I need. That is my goal. Also, I started with 3 subscribers. I have 40 people now. Thank you to each and one of you for making space on your feed for my videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So today I'm going to talk about 5 books that I want to read in 2021. So my goal is to read about 100 books. I don't know if I'm going to actually achieve that. I did achieve my goal of reading 50 books for 2020, but 2020 is like a very different year to our normal years. But anyway, aside from that, there's 5 books that I want to get to sometime in 2021. Before I get into the video, I want to talk about a local bookstore, and that is the Vegetable Bookshop. Guys, they have the best delivery service I ever experienced with a bookstore. Like, I wanted a few books for next year, and first I looked at the small business online stores on Instagram and they didn't have it. I just randomly sent a message to Vijitayapa's Instagram. Their website and their Instagram need like a big revamp because I honestly didn't think they were active there, but they were, and I did everything on the DMs. I placed the order and they were very responsive. They made it so easy. They sent me the account details, I just transferred the money, and the next day before noon I got the books. It was so smooth and so easy. I honestly haven't experienced this with our local bookstores before, so check them out if you want some books. They actually have a great collection, and they also have a 15% discount if you want to get anything before the 31st. So anyway, let's get into the books now. These include series and standalones. So the first one is a series, and that is the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I only have 2 books here. So this is one of the books that I bought from Vijitayapa. The Shadow and Bone Netflix TV show is coming out sometime in April, so I want to read the Grisha trilogy, the Six of Crows duology, before the show airs, because I haven't read the Grisha trilogy. The TV show is like the combination of Six of Crows and the Grisha list, so I want to read this. I actually started this now, and I'm like 2 chapters in and I'm already really loving it. I love Lee Bardugo's writing, but yeah, I should have read this earlier. So this is a young adult fantasy about a world similar to our Eastern Europe, I would say. Now, most of the countries in this world have been industrialized and they have been introduced to weapons and military equipment. Their world is evolving, except for one country called Ravka. Now, Ravka is falling behind. The biggest military is called the Grisha, and this Grisha is a group of individuals who have various different magical powers. So they are the only people that's protecting Ravka. Now, there is conflict within the country as well, because a Grisha called a Darkling supposedly created the Shadowfold. The Shadowfold divides Ravka from their port and landlocking the country. Now, in order to get to the ports, you have to cross the Shadowfold, and within the Shadowfold there are like various creatures who basically out to kill you. That is all I know, and that's what I read so far. Up until this point, I'm really into it, and I couldn't wait till January to start this book, so yeah, really excited to finish this. Next up is the Broken Earth trilogy, starting with the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I heard so many good things about this book, and the hype was so real, so I put it down for a while. I didn't start it, but I really want to get to it next year. This is an adult fantasy. It is about a world that is so hostile and there's a lot of political warfare going on, and within the story, the main plot is a mother who comes home to find her son brutally murdered, and her daughter has been kidnapped. The story is essentially the mother going on a quest to find the daughter, Everybody who reads it says it's a brilliant masterpiece, so hopefully I like it too. We'll see. The next one is The Dutch House by Anne Pritchett. Now this was given to me by one of my dear friends, and he told me to read this like months ago, but I never got to it. The story follows this man called Cyril who comes home after the Second World War, and with a bit of luck and single penny investment starts a real estate business, and his first investment is buying the Dutch house. It is a lavish estate in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Buying the house sets in motion the undoing of this family. This is an adult historical fiction, and again I've heard really good things about it, so I want to read this sometime next year. Next one is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is set in snowy Russia, and it follows the story of a family. After the mother dies, the father brings home the stepmother, and she is a devout city-bred Moscow woman, forbids this family from honoring the spirits in the house. This is a young adult fantasy, so there's a lot of evil spirits and monsters that lurks in the dark. All of it happening in a very wintry Russia. That's honestly all I know about this story, and again I've heard so many wonderful things about it, and I just really need to get to it sometime next year because I want to know what happens. The fifth and final book is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Now I'm a big fan of Reagan from Peruse Project. I watch all of her videos and her reading vlogs. They're best out there on Booktube because she focuses a lot on the book rather than anything else in her vlogs, and I really appreciate that. In her recommendations for fantasy, she always mentions this book in every single one of her videos, and I really need to get to them because it sounds really fun. Basically, this is a story about a wizard narrating his story and narrating how he came to be one of the most powerful wizards of all time. So I'm gonna end this video because there's a lot of construction going on and I cannot continue, but there you go, that's it. Those are like the 5 books that I really want to get to in 2021. Anyway, thanks so much for being here all this time. I really appreciate you watching my videos. I really love making them, and yeah, 2021 is not gonna be this magical year. We're gonna be COVID free, but you know, let's hope for the best. Things will hopefully turn out better, and I wish you all a happy, safe new year, and I will see you in the next one in January. Bye bye.